Hey guys, welcome to the craft room. Today I'm going to be working on wallet tabs for the Pocket Pal wallets. I've got a video that I'm working on for them, but I had to stop in the process of what I was doing there to make these tabs. So I am going to be making 8 different ones there. And this is what we're going to do. So these are by Creations by Connie. She does several different types of wallet tabs for this particular pattern and any other wallet pattern for that matter. They can be used. So the first thing you're going to do is hoop your stabilizer. Now her instructions call for cutaway, but on all my snap tabs I use tearaway. So let's going to see how this turns out. So go ahead and hoop your stabilizer, and then I'm going to thread up my machine and I'll be right back. Okay, so step 1 is going to be the placement stitch for the first tab. Now, I'm going to skip the rest of the placement stitches for the ones in this row because I'm about to lay a sheet of vinyl down on top of that. And this is just some holographic glitter vinyl that I got from the Vinyl Vault pre-sale. And I am just going to slide that up there. I apologize, my tripod is actually packed up right now, so I'm going to have to hold everything. Make sure that's up there far enough. Alright, and hold on because I'm going to get some tape and tape this down. Alright, so all I did was I put some tape here and here for 2 reasons. 1, to keep the vinyl from moving, and 2, in case this pressure foot comes here and goes back up, I don't want it to catch right there. And like I said, I'm not going to run the placement stitches because I know they're just going to be in this row here. And I butted the vinyl up to the end of the hoop here, and then I will just cut down where I need to. So step 2 on this particular design is going to be the black part, which is the silhouette of Ariel and Eric. So the next step is going to be the shell around the silhouette. And I just want to mention, this is a sketchy design. This is not a completely filled design. So since I'm going to be doing a whole mess of these, I'm going to skip the next step, which is going to be where you take the hoop off and you put the back on there. And what I use is olefin, and the reason I do that is because it's nice and thin, and this is my olefin I'll be using for this one. And I just want to do them all at once instead of having to do each one individually, so I'm going to skip this step because this step is going to make the outline of the tab, and it also attaches the bottom to this. So when we get done with this whole row, then I'll attach the olefin and show you. So again, all I did was skip the tack down as well as the placement stitch for the next one. And I'm just doing the second silhouette right now, and then I'll do the shell, and then I'll move on to the next one. So again, I skipped the tack down as well as the placement stitch for this next one. So the next one is going to be Cinderella's Coach, and we're about to start it. Here's the carriage all stitched out. My thread broke a couple times, so I didn't think you wanted to watch me change thread. I am about to do the details of the carriage, which are in white. Okay, so I am gonna skip the tack down on this, and we are going to move on to the next one. So the next one is the Beauty and the Beast rose, and this one has several color changes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like 5 different colors in this. So the first one is black, and it looks like it's going to be like the outside of the jar, I believe. So the next is going to be green for the stem of the rose. Next is going to be the red for the rose. And that's all the rose stuff there. The next is going to be the base of the jar. And then after that, the details inside the rose. So it's going to be brown for the base, and then we're going to go back to black for the details of the rose. Go with the base. And now we just have the details of the rose, so we're going to go back to black. There's the base there. Okay, so since the row is completely done now, I'm going to take the hoop off, put the olifant on the back, then come back and do all the outlines that'll tack down the olifant to those. Okay, so after I cut my olifant, I had an idea. I am actually going to put HTV on the back of these that is going to match the liners of the wallets that they are going to be on. So right now I'm going to stitch the tack down stitch here for the Beauty and the Beast, and then it's going to come down in this blank part, and it's going to give me a stitch line. That's the only one I'm going to stitch out on the bottom, just so I know how far up the vinyl has to be. And it looks like I'm just going to butt the piece of vinyl up next to that one, but I'm going to go back first and do the outlines of those first ones. Okay, so here I've got this whole sheet done here. I've got these two done here. I'm about to do the last two, which are going to be the poison apples. And since I am tired of changing thread after all of these that I've done, I'm going to stitch out one part on one tab, fast forward, do the same thing on the second tab, then go back and just do it that way. I think it's just going to make it so much more easier. So this is the first one, which will be the red of the apple. And I completely forgot to fast forward to the apple part. That actually was the tack down stitch. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna do pink over it, so hopefully, cross my fingers, it turns out okay. This will be the red of the apple. So next is going to be the green poison part of the apple. Okay, so the next two stops are the eyes and the nose. And I'm just going to do them both in red instead of two different colors. And then after that, the only thing we have left is the outlines. So all 8 are done now. And I am going to take them out of the hoop. I'm going to clean up the jump stitches and trim off some excess vinyl. And then I will be back to show you how to HTV the back. So as you can see, I cleaned them up. I did cut off the excess. And then I just tore the tearaway stabilizer from around it. There's still a couple little bits here and there, but that's not going to matter once I put the HTV on. So I will show you how I do the HTV next. Okay, so I had strips from where I cut out a bunch of liners, and so I just cut them to fit each tab here. And these strips are actually bigger than the actual tabs, so that's why I put parchment paper down first. Then I put the tabs pretty side down like this, and then the heat transfer on top of it. And the heat transfer has carrier sheets, shiny side up. So when these press, the heat transfer vinyl is actually going to be bigger than the thing, because I did not trim. Like, some of them are cut kind of close to where they're going to be at because the way I had them set up on the hoop. But obviously they all have to be trimmed completely down, and I'm not going to do that until the HTV's on them. So the press is just about to temperature. I'm going to press these real quick. I'll be right back. So here how it is. It was like this. Peeled the carrier sheet off. They tend to peel better when they're cool. And you can see how it hangs over the edge there. And I'm going to trim it up and then put a snap on it. I also just wanted to add that I am pressing these at 320 for 15 seconds. And then I'm letting them cool, and then I peel them off. And here they are, finished. The only thing they need is a snap, and I'm actually going to do that in the wallet video. But I wanted to show them all cut out and their backs. So if you haven't done it yet, please like and subscribe. And leave a message if there's anything you want to see us make. Thanks. Bye.